Did she make the team? Good morning. This is July 30th, and we are the Board of Richland County Commissioners. Commissioners Banks, Mears, Vero, Clerk Stacy Crawl, our Assistant Clerk, Heather Toman, and our engineer joined us today, Adam Gove. And why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Joe Thomas. I'm with Rumpke Waste and Recycling. I'm just here for calling. We have a bid opening at 10:30 here.
Well, no one's ever come to our meetings for fun, so I don't know.
I know Commissioner Banks from the Solid Waste District.
That's unfortunate as well. Well,
And Alan Carl.
And Adam, yeah. How about Al Lawrence from the News Journal and Carl Hunnell from Source are both on? And Adam could start with proceedings, but what have you got?
He's got here.
Thank you.
Got a couple.
Sorry.
Which one do you want to talk about?
So I guess we'll start with the safety study contract with EMH&T. We are to accept the grant funds and get started on this project. We've selected a consultant. We have a engineering contract before you for services to study that intersection. This would be the Orchard Park, Middle Belleville intersection. And EMH&T has provided a price of $12,975 to complete that study.
you want to say anything about roundabouts before
No.
the ask you on this?
This is going to identify the crashes, maybe any crash pattern that may exist out there. And then also develop countermeasures, whether it be additional signage, clearing of the right of way. And then it'll also explore future possible solutions, whether it's a four-way stop, a light, even possibly a roundabout. Those are the long-term solutions, which we need this study if we were ever to go after additional safety grant funds like we have with past intersections. So this is kind of that first step in identifying what the problem is, any short-term solutions, and then any long-term solutions if those short-term solutions don't work.
And this is 90% eligible for federal reimbursement?
Correct. So we do have a federal grant that will cover 90% of that 12,900.
Only they covered, well, how much of the roundabouts did they cover?
Those grants covered 90% of the roundabout.
About the actual roundabouts?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, those were covered 90% with federal safety grant. Design and construction.
Be completed December 2nd.
Correct. End of the year.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Vero, Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Adam, was that Middle Belleville Road? They're going towards Route 97, closed most of my life. You know when they opened it up back up?
I do not know that. No.
Yeah, it was between Vanderbilt and it was either officially closed or it was seldom used.
That way, yeah.
Needed a Jeep to
I
get.
have a horse and buggy joke in there somewhere, but
You can see what I go through.
Right.
Okay, go right ahead there, sir.
The other item would be, I wrote a letter to a property owner out on Myers, the intersection of Myers and State Route 39. Just letting him know that we were removing some rocks that had been placed right next to the roadway. Moved those last week, and I say removed, we removed them out of the right of way. So we moved them back onto that property owner's property. We did not just move them out of the right of way.
motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Banks.
Yeah.
Vero,
Yes.
Mears.
Okay.
And there's a vehicle permit. That's just our standard oversized vehicle permits that we've been having a lot of here this summer.
Truck's gotta be dizzy.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes. Are you continuing having negotiations about sending this or sending the permits, or would you rather not do that? Or?
Andrew and I have talked a little bit more. We're still, I know he's been busy and I've been busy and we haven't met kind of iron out some of those details, but it is still on the board here to get done.
Price of ink, of course. Okay.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay. Al, you have any questions for Mr. Gove?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're coming across fine.
Okay, good. I'm using a different device. I'm trying something different today. The consultant, EMH&T, where are they from?
They're out of Columbus.
Do you know what that stands for?
I do. I don't want to butcher it. Evans, Meckwart, something, and I can get the rest of that information to you. Oh yeah, it's on the agreement there.
If I Googled EMH&T, would I find it, do you think,
Yes.
as EMH&T?
Evans, Meckwart, Hamilton, and Tilton Incorporated. Meckwart is MECHWART. Hamilton is HAMBLETON, and Tilton is TILTON.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all I had.
Carl, do you have any questions?
Oh, certainly. If Adam's going to talk about traffic studies, I always have questions. Just double check dollar amount for this study, 12,975.
Correct.
And you said that would be 90% covered by a federal grant, that particular study, or no?
Yes.
Okay, and you want it, that should be done by December 2nd.
Correct.
Do you have any preliminary crash data at that particular intersection that maybe you've gotten through regional planning or anything?
Yes, and I believe it was in the top 10 of the ranking of intersections in the county at the last iteration, which was 22, I believe.
Okay, but any idea in terms of, is that one of those intersections where accidents tend to be more severe because of the speed that people travel on Orchard Park and or Middle Belleville?
Correct, yeah. They're typically injury accidents.
Okay. And if you, I think when we talked about this before, you discussed that if you did, or if the decision was made to go with a roundabout, this is a fairly tight intersection, property owners around, this would be a trickier plan in terms of having to get property rights or land usage rights in order to place that roundabout. Is that still your opinion, Adam?
I guess I don't know until we have a footprint of what that roundabout may look like, if that's what we went with, but there is a house on the southwest corner with a drive that comes out right at the intersection. But I believe the other three corners are all open field. So not necessarily difficult, but there is a house close by.
Would that be a case where you might kind of reshape the path of the road away from that house so you would not have to infringe as much into that house property, that yard?
Yeah, I would definitely see that as a possibility if that was to move forward.
Okay. And once that study's done, do you have a timeline on what comes next in terms of traffic lights? Because I think all that's there right now is a stop sign that has some lights on it that are driven by a solar panel or something.
Correct. Yeah, there are flashing stoplights on Middle Belleville Road. Orchard Park traffic does not stop. So I think it'll just be, whatever the study concludes, maybe we do some short-term fixes and then just kind of see how, if it's an improvement with those actions or if we even need to pursue any other project after that at this point.
Okay, EMH and T, also engineers. So I know engineers love a good roundabout. So what's the possibility that you would be, if you had to put a percentage on this, what would percentage of chance be this becomes another roundabout?
I guess I just can't say at this time what that is. I'd like to see the results of our safety study first.
And on the last question, on that study, how far back do they go and look, or?
They'll typically look at the last 5 years of traffic accidents.
Okay, that's what I had. Thank you.
Thank you.
Adam, since somebody from Rumpke's here, do you want to talk about Noble Road and what's all changed up there or will be changing?
Sure. We've been underway with our Noble Road rebuild project for about a little over a month now. They actually just put the surface course on Saturday. So the asphalt is laid. There's some ditch work and drainage work that still needs to be completed, but we're getting close to wrapping up that project. And that was rebuilding Noble Road between the old Rumpke entrance and the new entrance that they built about 2-3 years ago. I can't remember the exact dates, but about 1,800 feet of roadway. And so that project is nearing completion. That section of road will be able to handle the truck traffic that's out there running to the landfill. We do need to explore improving from State Route 13 to where this project started. It's about another 1,800 feet because it is starting to deteriorate pretty bad as well. So that was improved back when Grant Mill Iron built the landfill out there in the 90s. It's handled most of the truck traffic, but it's just in need of some pretty major repairs at this point.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. On to other. And can we certify the record of proceedings for July 25th?
So move.
I need to make a couple amendments if I may, and it's just some grammatical stuff that I circled for Stacy because that was a very long part. On first 0.0.51 Stacy, and I haven't circled, it says 5 projects will be funding with the total. I believe it's funded. And it says Clintonite reported they have taken the role of the administrative director role. So I think that's twice there. And then down there, it says Carl asked for an updated on the broadband project. I think that should just be update on the broadband project. I've circled it for you, nothing major. Great job. That's my amended motion.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yep.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
And can we get a approval of the requisitions?
Second.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow. Commissioner Mears.
Okay. And can we approve the month-end appropriations and transfers?
So move.
Second.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Does anybody have any other before we go into?
Ooh, I think we have one more item.
We do. I would,
The training session at CSEA on August 7th. Motion that we do that from 12 to 2, lunch and training session at CSEA on August 7th from noon to 2.
second.
Commissioner Banks.
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow.
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay. Hearing no other.
I have some,
Has some.
You do.
I have another,
Okay.
yes, I do. I would like a motion to approve the hire of Destiny Heinberger as administrative assistant in the Emergency Management Agency to replace Sarah Potes, who will be leaving August 9th to accept a similar post for the state of Ohio. I would like this hire to be effective Thursday, August 1st. But she will have intermittent hours until August 19th, when she will become full-time. Salary would be $19 an hour with a 1-year probationary period.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrow,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
Okay. We will stand.
Al,
Yeah, how do you spell her last name?
Heinberger. Heinberger.
Okay, thank you.
Carl, you got anything?
he's gone.
Okay, we will stand in recess until 10:15. And we have dental services with Rachel Troyer coming in. It is 10:15 and we are back in session. And Rachel Troyer has joined us with Kyle.
Right now.
Want to introduce Kyle, or Kyle, you want to introduce yourself?
Yep, I'm Kyle Swigert with Modern Office Methods.
Go right ahead, Rachel. What
Okay,
you guys got in mind?
well, we have been, the commissioners awarded the cost per copy bid to Modern Office Methods. And, it was supposed to be effective 8/1. There have been a few delivery issues, with, some equipment, because of course our copiers are not just plain copiers. We have extra things to it. So, and Kyle will explain that. But they did say, we're not going to be able to get all the copiers in before the end of this month or the beginning of 8/1. And so I've talked to Toshiba, who is our current copier vendor, and they said, yes, they would be in agreement to extend the contract for another month, which would be August, to get us through this switch over. And so you guys have a letter that I've asked if you guys could possibly sign so that we can request a 1-month extension with Toshiba.
Same terms.
Same terms, same conditions. Yes, absolutely. There's no change. We will just be paying Toshiba for August instead of Mom's, as Office Methods is known as.
I did say no to mom.
Exactly.
No, lot to us.
But I
Not you, mom, our mom.
yeah, I did ask Kyle to come in just to give a really fast update, what's happening. We do have a pretty little spreadsheet that we're watching of like what zones are going to be hit, what days. This is for delivery of the copiers, so. take a
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, I'm echoing what Rachel said is we just couldn't get out all 90 machines delivered by the 31st. We were looking at like the first week, second week, but I guess it didn't matter. If it wasn't the 31st, it didn't matter. So I had to put the schedule together so we have the smoothest install, and it did just go out through the month of August versus just the first couple weeks. But our guys have reached out to each person's IT, gathered all the information. So when the machines come in the door, they're going to be preloaded with everything you had before. And it's going to be as plug and play as you can get, other than putting in a couple passwords. So the install time should be very smooth. But yeah, unfortunately, we just couldn't get it in before the end of July with the tight timeline. A lot of people don't know this, but when you do deals like this with county government or any large business with large amount of machines, the manufacturer doesn't allow you to use your inventory. So I told Rachel, we could possibly get everything delivered out of inventory and then replace later in the month as the new stuff came in. But you're subject to the manufacturer sending you all the 90 machines out of their inventory. They want to use that versus the stuff you've already bought because you're getting special pricing. So then you have to wait for those 90 to come in versus using a warehouse full of inventory that you have. They're all serialized in that.
So how does a switch out work? I assume you don't touch the Toshiba machines. You have to wait for them to pull it before you can pull yours in?
No, in a traditional way, 98, 95% of the time, we pull their machine, put it in our warehouse and then ship it back to them or their
Okay,
destination.
so you do handle their machines. You
But
pull theirs out.
with your guys' contract, it's set up not to do that.
Oh,
It's set up that whoever has the machine takes care of pulling their machine out themselves. It's not the traditional way in our business, but that's the way your guys' contracts are set up. So we either have to time it up to when they're gonna pick it up, which we tried to ask for a schedule so we could,
Mhm.
but they wouldn't give one. So then we said, okay, we'll send you our schedule. And then they said, oh, why isn't it gonna be the 31st? So instead of playing hardball saying, tell them to come pick it up and let us know and we'll make it work. Well, they wouldn't do that. So we thought the easiest way was to go for an extension. But yeah, we will have to push them to the side or move them, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I think we said we're gonna probably move each one to the side as the new ones come in.
Yeah,
Traditionally, we pick them up.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not perfect, but with data, because these machines do hold data, we don't want these machines to go anywhere because we are government. We've got yeah, people like to look at government. So what we do is, or what Kyle and his group will do is just unplug the Toshiba, just put it off to the side. We have to keep them in our offices because they have to be secure. And then they just plug theirs in, and Toshiba already has their this schedule. And I'm just gonna give them a call, just a reminder, hey, you need to come get this group of machines within the next couple of days. And so they're already aware of everything. So it's kind of like a little bit of a dance. Yeah, we're inconvenienced for a very short time, but in the long run, yeah, we know those machines are secure because we still have them. Again, like I said, I just would like the commissioners to extend the Toshiba contract just for 1 month, get us through the end of August, and then we'll have everything in place.
Okay, motion to approve the contract.
Second,
Commissioner Banks?
yes,
Commissioner Vero?
Yes.
Yes.
okay,
Al's got a question.
Al,
Yeah, excuse me, Cal, I didn't quite get your last name.
Swigert,
How do you spell it?
Swigart.
Okay, and you're the local rep for Modern Office Methods?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you.
Carl's not there. Okay. Well, it's 10:21 and we will stand in recess until 10:30. When we come back with the executive session and opening of RFPs. Any relation to Rex?
No, not that I know. Well, so
involved at this point. No, Rumpke, Joe, contact him. He's on top of it.
Okay. It's the Richland Board back in session and I get a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of reviewing or
Opening
opening of the RFPs.
So moved.
Just real quick, what proposals?
it's
I
for
mean, I know, I just wanted to
trash containers and trash removal.
record. Thank you. Second.
Commissioner Banks,
Yes.
Commissioner Barrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Mears.
Yes.
I don't even have to shut the door. There we go.
Okay, we're back in regular session and from our discussion, Rachel will go back to the office and review the RFPs that we've received. And that's our recommendation. Okay, any other business? Any questions? Nobody's there?
Yeah, one quick question. How many RFPs did you get?
You don't want to ask that.
We actually don't reveal that during this time since
Oh,
this is all
okay.
under executive session. Yes.
Okay, I haven't asked the question in a while and I couldn't remember.
Yep, that's okay.
All
I
right.
think it's usually Carl that asks that question.
Well, I'm in his place, I guess, since appears he's not here.
Good job, Al.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so anything else?
Always fun talking trash with you. Rachel.
Yes. Trash talk.
5, and after that, we will adjourn.
Thank you, commissioners. You're welcome.
How you're always on top of this stuff, you know.
I always laugh because I always feel like
I'll just have to.
I am perfect candidate for Jeopardy,
Stopped
but
it.
I don't know, like, I'm not a perfect, or I'm not a perfectionist at any subject. I just have enough knowledge.
Jack of all trades, right?
Truth.
Master of none.
I always say I have